girls, it's Miss Rachel again, here to read you part 2 of Grace Goes to Washington. Now, who remembers what we read yesterday? Who is Grace? Which one of these characters on the front of this book is Grace? You got it, the one right here with the little American hat on. So remember, this story is written by Kelly DiPuccio, and the pictures are drawn by Leon Pham, okay? Now, Grace Goes to Washington. Why was Grace going to Washington? What were some things that she did see when she went to Washington? That's right, the Martin Luther King Monument, Lincoln Memorial, that's right. And the White House, And what was that room that they showed in the book? You got it, the Oval Office. That is where the president makes some of his most important decisions. So, Grace goes to Washington. Now, one of the problems was the student council was trying to figure out what could they use the money from their holiday bake sale. Now, do you have some ideas of how they should use that money? I know they came up with a few. They needed new music equipment, new books. So let's see what's going to happen today. What are they going to use their holiday bake sale money for? Wait, Grace called out to the boy. You forgot something. So remember, yesterday she saw her friend Sam staring and she said, he doesn't look familiar. I think he's new. So let's see here today. You forgot something. Grace handed him his sketchbook. I like your drawing, she said. Thanks, said the boy with a smile. Grace caught up to Thomas in the hallway. I have an idea, she said. So does anyone think they know what her idea is going to be? She likes this young man's drawing, and she said, hey, I have an idea. A few days later, the student council's last meeting of the year was being called to order. Excuse me, Grace interrupted. Before we vote, Thomas and I would like to introduce you to someone. This is Aman. He's new to our school. We'd like all of you to consider one more option for how to spend the bake sale money. Together, they rolled out a big poster. So Aman was the young man that Grace told to wait because he was getting up and he was about to forget his what? That's right, his sketchbook. Now, what's a sketchbook used for? Why do people have a sketchbook? To draw, that is correct, to draw. We're calling it the Friendship Mall, Thomas said proudly. Aman helped us design it. It's a place where you can go to recess to let other students know when you need a friend, Aman explained. So they have the love area, flowers to make you happy. Benches to sit, talk, and play. That's the giving area. The friends area. It's a mosaic. We can make this ourselves. Beautiful mosaic. Next, Thomas spoke about their field trip, to Washington, D.C., and Grace read a quote from who, you think? That's right, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. A finer, kinder world starts with us and choices that we make, she concluded. Thank you for listening. So does she sound like a president pleading her case? She does, doesn't she? Everyone clapped. Principal Perez wiped away a few tears. Mr. Marshall pounded his gavel. Did you catch that? Gavel. It's time to vote. After the ballots were collected from each classroom representative and the votes were tallied, Student Council President Grace Campbell peeked at the results and grinned. It's a unanimous decision, she announced excitedly. Now, does anyone know what unanimous means? That's right, it means everyone voted the same way. All members are in favor of... So what do you think the representative's decision is going to be? We're going to see. Now, is it important for us to make friends with our classmates at school? It is. Nobody wants to be left out. Nobody wants to be alone. Every now and then you want to have a little alone time, but you generally like to play with your friends. Now, do you think your school could start a friendship mall? A place where children can go in recess to let people know they need a friend? That would be really nice to see all over Memphis, a friendship mall at recess. So let's see what all the members are in favor of. The Friendship Mall, the room filled with happy cheers. Principal Perez took a seat and then, much like the president signs a bill into law, she approved the election results, making the decision official. Today, you put your own wants and needs aside in order to serve others, she said. This is true leadership. So the Friendship Mall prevailed, and it was the last one I'll say on the ballot or on the ticket. They were thinking about other things. This time, everyone agreed. Be the change. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. United we stand. Now, serving the community is extremely important. Do any of you ever serve in your community? What do you do to serve or make your community better? One of my favorite things to do is to serve at the Mid-South Food Bank. I love packing boxes for families that are in need. That's one of my favorite things to do. Now, can you think of some changes that you can implement at your school to make it better? What could you do to make it better at your school? Could you build or create a friendship mall for recess? Could you have a box outside the principal's office that tells him when something is going wrong and nobody else may know? Think about how you can make a lasting change at your school. So boys and girls, that was the end of Grace Goes to Washington. Now let's review some of these vocabulary words that I talked about on yesterday. Now does anyone remember what this is? That's correct. This is a diagram. It's a simple drawing that tells us how something works or what something looks like. What about this? That's right. This is a picture of the City Council of Memphis. They are a group of people that have been chosen to do something major in our city. Make a change. What about this? This is the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Monument in Washington, D.C. And don't forget, a monument is an erection of a structure that is built to remember somebody or a special event. Yeah, these are just two people shaking hands, but what does it mean? It is lobbied. They are persuading someone to do something. And then this last picture, what is a picture of? That's right, a gavel, generally used by a judge or someone in charge, but they bang it on a hard surface to get the crowd's attention. So I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed Grace Goes to Washington. I can't wait to see you on tomorrow to do a little bit more with this book. Have a good day, boys and girls.